Hello students, this video is about chapter explanation and answers to the given questions of Social Science Class 6th, History 2nd chapter, The Earliest People. Early man was a hunter-gatherer. Early man was a hunter-gatherer. It means that he moved from place to place in search of food. He depended on nature for all his needs. Early man was also a nomad. He traveled great distances to find food. He fished, hunted for wild animals, and gathered berries, nuts, wild roots, and fruits. The question is, why did early man move frequently? Why did early man move frequently? There were many reasons for his moving from place to place. First reason is, if he stayed at one place for a long time, all the available food would have been eaten up. Second reason is, animals move from place to place in search of grass and water. Early man, who was a hunter, had to follow their movements. Third reason is, plants and trees bear fruits in different seasons. So, early man had to move in search of different fruits and other plant products. And the last reason is, people, plants and animals need water to survive. All rivers are not perennial. People living on the banks of seasonal rivers had to go in search of water during the dry seasons. It was not easy for early man to hunt. He needed special skills to hunt and gather food. To hunt, he had to have proper tools and a quick and alert mind and a knowledge of the animals they hunted. To gather food, he had to know which food to gather, which food to eat, and the knowledge of the season when he could gather a particular fruit or food. In short, he needed skills and knowledge. Who is hunter-gatherer? The question is, who is hunter-gatherer? Hunter-gatherer means a person who hunt animals. A person who hunt animals and gathers fruits, nuts, berries, leaves, etc. Hunter-gatherer means a person who hunt animals and gathers fruits, nuts, berries, leaves, etc. Nomadic means what? Nomadic means moving from place to place. Nomadic means moving from place to place. Microliths. Microliths means small, sharp pointed stone. Small, sharp pointed stone tools. Next, site. Site means place where remains of things such as tools, pots, and buildings are found. Site means place where remains of things such as tools, pots, and buildings are found. Next one is habitation. Habitation means places where people lived. Habitation means places where people lived. Now, why did early man move frequently? Why did early man move frequently? There are so many reasons so that early man moved frequently. First reason is as they had not learned how to grow fruits and vegetables, they had to go from place to place to hunt animals. So first reason is as they had not learned how to grow fruits and vegetables, they had to go from place to place to hunt animals. So first reason is why did early man move frequently? They had not learned how to grow fruits and vegetables. They had to go from place to hunt animals. Second reason is since plants and animals were available in limited supply, they had to move places where they could gather edible fruits, nuts. Since plants and animals were available in limited supply, they had to move to places where they could gather edible fruits, nuts, etc. Edible fruits, nuts, etc. Next reason is they also moved in search of water because rivers are perennial. Therefore, they also moved in search of water. Next reason is they also wander around in search of good quality stones. For hunting, they need stone or stone tools. Therefore, they also wander around in search of good quality stones. Next reason is they moved from region to region. They moved from region to region to escape harsh climatic conditions. They moved from region to region to escape harsh climatic conditions. Early man initially used tools such as sticks to dig up wild roots. Gradually, he started making tools out of stone. This led to the beginning of Stone Age. Now we will see about the Stone Age. The Stone Age is divided into three periods: Paleolithic period, Mesolithic period and Neolithic period. This Paleolithic period, began about 2 million years ago. So Paleolithic period began about 2 million years ago and lasted till about 10,000 BC. Next, Mesolithic period. The Mesolithic period lasted from 10,000 BC to 8,000 BC, and the Neolithic period, it began around 8,000 BC and lasted till about 4,000 BC. So this is the timeline for Paleolithic, Mesolithic and Neolithic periods. From 0 to the left side it is BC, that is before the birth of Christ, and to the right side it is AD, means Anno Domini. In the AD period there is no Stone Age, or we can say that no Stone Age in AD. From 4000 to 8000 it is a Neolithic period, and from 8000 to 10,000 BC it is a Mesolithic period, and from 10,000 BC to 2 million years ago it is a Paleolithic period. So all the three periods are in BC itself. Now we will see about the Paleolithic period. The Paleolithic period is also called as a Stone Age, Old Stone Age period, roughly began about 2 million years ago. During this period, man hunted and gathered food. He moved from place to place in search of food and wild animals. He ate whatever he could find. He did not wear anything in summers. In winters, he covered himself with animal skins and leaves to keep himself warm. As he was a wanderer, he moved in search of food from place to place. He had no home. At night, he slept on trees or hid in caves. So this is the picture of an early man hunting and gathering food. The Paleolithic period is further subdivided into Lower Paleolithic period, Middle Paleolithic period and Upper Paleolithic period. In the Lower Paleolithic period, during this period, most of the Earth's surface was covered with thick sheets of ice. The climate was very cold. This period was also called the Ice Age or Pleistocene period. Hand axes were the commonest tools used by early man during this age. Now the Middle Paleolithic period. The tools used during the Middle Paleolithic period were scrapers and borers made up of stone flakes. Needles were used to sew furs and skins for body coverings. Upper Paleolithic period. During the Upper Paleolithic period, the climate became slightly warmer. Tools such as flint, blades, and projectile points were used for hunting and skinning wild animals. Once again, we will see about this Stone Age. The Stone Age is divided into three periods, that is Paleolithic period, Paleolithic period, Mesolithic period and Neolithic period. Mesolithic period and Neolithic period. This Paleolithic period started from 2 million years ago to 10,000 BC. So Paleolithic period began 2 million years ago to 10,000 BC. And second, this Mesolithic period, it started in 10,000 BC and ended in 8,000 BC. Third is the Neolithic period. It started in 8,000 BC and ended in 4,000 BC. Or we can draw a timeline here. There is no Stone Age period in AD. Therefore, we will draw it in a BC itself. 4,000, 8,000. Take it as 10,000. And this as a 2 million years ago. So in this timeline, this 4,000 to 8,000 is the Neolithic period and 10,000 to 8,000 BC is the Mesolithic period and 2 million years ago to 10,000 BC is the Paleolithic period. Just I have represented it with P, M and N. Now we will see about the Paleolithic period. It is also known as Old Stone Age period. Paleolithic period is known as Old Stone Age period. It has been started from 2 million years ago to 10,000 BC. And this Paleolithic period is divided into three periods. So again Paleolithic period is divided into three periods: Lower Paleolithic period, Middle Paleolithic period and the Upper Paleolithic period. This Lower Paleolithic period is also known as Ice Age. In this period, the tools used are hand axes. So tools used in Lower Paleolithic period are hand axes. And in the Middle Paleolithic period, tools used were scrapers and borers made of stone flakes. Scrapers and borers which are made of stone flakes because it is a Stone Age period. Third, Upper Paleolithic period. Here climate is warm as compared to Lower Paleolithic period. Here climate becomes warmer and tools used are flint, blade and projectile points. Flint, blade and projectile points. Use of tools. Tools were used by early man for different purposes. They were used as weapons for hunting wild animals. They were used for shaping or cutting materials. They were used for digging the ground for cutting edible roots. They provided a sense of security and protection from wild beasts and enemies. This picture shows Oldowan tools and Achillean tools. So these were the early stone implements from the Oldowan and Achillean cultures. So all these tools were made of stones. Now techniques of tool making. First one is stone on stone. Take two stones and hold them in each hand. Use one as a hammer and the other as a core to be shaped as a tool. Strike off flakes from the core with the hammer stone in order to get the required shape. So here picture is also shown. Take two stones on each hand. One is used as a hammer stone and other is core. So this is of a stone on a stone picture. Second method is or second technique is pressure flaking. Place the core on a hard surface. Use the hammer stone to remove flakes from a piece of bone or stone placed on the core. So second method is pressure flaking. So this picture depicts the pressure flaking. Did you know several human habitats dating back to the Stone Age have been discovered in different parts of the earth? A tent-like structure was found inside a cave near Nice, France. Many huts made of bones were found in Eastern Europe and Siberia. Megalithic tombs built during the Neolithic age have been discovered all across Europe and Asia. Use of tools. Use of tools. First is it is used as weapons. Tools are used as weapons. Tools are used as shaping or cutting materials. Shaping or cutting materials. Tools are used as digging the ground. Digging the ground. Use of tools also provide the security and protection. So tools provide security and protection. Techniques of tool making. Techniques of tool making. First method is stone on stone. Here on stone, two stones are used for shaping hammer stone. in the stone on stone technique for shaping hammer stone. This technique is used. Second technique is pressure flaking. Pressure flaking. In this technique, to remove flakes from a piece of bone, to remove flakes from a piece of bone or a hammer stone, this technique is used. Mesolithic period. Mesolithic period or the Middle Stone Age was the period in history that existed between the Paleolithic period and the Neolithic period. Mesolithic people used tools made of bones, antler, and wood for hunting, fishing, and gathering food. Later, they used tools formed from chips like blades, points, borers, and scrapers known as microliths. So, this is the picture depicting microliths. And this picture depicting late Mesolithic period. This picture depicting cave paintings from the Mesolithic period. The people living during the Mesolithic period were hunter-gatherers. In Mesolithic period, people were hunter-gatherers. Gradually, towards the end of this period, they moved on from being food gatherers to food growers. They experimented with seeds by dropping them on the ground and seeing them grow. They realized that by growing plants, they received food in sufficient quantity. They made attempts to domesticate animals like goats, sheep, and cattle, which provided them with milk and food. Neolithic period. The Neolithic period began around 8000 BC and lasted till about 4000 BC. The Neolithic people learned to make more polished tools. One of the major developments of this period was the adoption of agriculture. They moved to larger settlements and realized the importance of domestic animals like dogs, sheep, and cattle. They used them as means of transport and for providing them with milk and meat. This picture is depicting Neolithic tools. So these are the tools in the Neolithic period. Understanding Stone Age sites. Many sites have been discovered near rivers, lakes, springs, etc. Sites are places where material remains of the past are found. They can be in the form of buried towns, cities, tools, toys, pots, etc. The Stone Age sites of early man include habitation sites, factory sites, and habitation cum factory sites. Habitation sites were places occupied by food gatherers for a short period of time. Such sites provided shelter from rain, thunder, and lightning. Factory sites were places where early man found stones for manufacture of stone tools. Habitation cum factory sites were places where food gatherers lived together for a longer period of time. Next is discovery of fire. The most important discovery of early man was the discovery of fire. Perhaps early man discovered fire by chance when he would have rubbed two stones together. Discovery of fire. Fire changed his life completely. Fire kept him warm, kept wild animals away. Meat tasted better when cooked on fire. Fire gave them light. Traces of ash have been found in Kurnool caves of Andhra Pradesh. So this is the picture depicting the discovery of the use of fire. Once again we will see about this Mesolithic period. Mesolithic period is also known as Middle Stone Age period. Middle Stone Age period. This period is from 10,000 BC to 8,000 BC. Mesolithic period is from 10,000 BC to 8,000 BC. In the Mesolithic period, people are hunter-gatherers. People are hunter-gatherers. So, in the Mesolithic period, people are hunter-gatherers. Next, here climate is warm and dry. In the Mesolithic period, the climate is warm and dry. And in this period, tools used were microliths. Microliths. So these are the tools used. Tools used in Mesolithic period. And here people started cultivation and domestication of animals. Started cultivation and domestication of animals. So this is about the Mesolithic period. Next we will see about the Neolithic period. Neolithic period is from 8,000 BC to 4,000 BC. In the Neolithic period, polished tools are used. Polished tools are used and people started adoption of agriculture. So in the Neolithic period, adoption of agriculture or the development of agriculture has been started, and mud houses with thatched roofs. So people started building mud houses with thatched roof. Domestication of animals are started. Domestication of animals like dogs, sheep and cattle. Domestication of animals like dogs, sheep and cattle. And here means of transport were domestic animals. In the Neolithic period, means of transport were domestic animals. Understanding Stone Age sites. Understanding Stone Age sites. Here, Stone Age sites were discovered near rivers, lakes, springs, etc. Stone Age sites are discovered near rivers, lakes, springs, etc. These sites are in the form of buried towns, cities, tools, toys, pots, etc. So these sites are maybe in the form of buried towns, cities, tools, toys, pots, etc. Discovery of fire. Discovery of fire was the most important discovery of early man. Most important discovery of early man. Discovered fire by chance. So early man discovered fire by chance. Now we will see uses of fire. Uses of fire are: it changed his life completely. So uses of fire: changed his life completely. Fire also kept them warm. Fire kept them warm, kept wild animals away. Kept wild animals away. Food tasted better. And gave them light. Fire gave them light. Rock paintings. Cave or rock paintings are paintings depicted on the walls of rocks or caves. The rock paintings belong to various periods of time from the Upper Paleolithic to Neolithic periods. The scenes generally depict hunting, dancing, and animal fights. Animals such as bison, tiger, elephants, monkeys, lizards, peacocks are the dominant subject of these paintings. The colors used are mainly in red and white. The colors used are mainly in red and white with occasional use of green and yellow. Rock paintings have been found near the river, on rocks and caves. The style of the painting suggests it could be 20,000 to 30,000 years old. The Nalda, Garada, Golpur rock paintings sites are the best sites discovered so far. Rock paintings sites have also been discovered in the rural areas of Bundi, but the largest and the most spectacular one is located in the Vindhya Hills at Bhimbetka in Madhya Pradesh. So this is the picture depicting the cave painting at Bhimbetka. The paintings were done primarily with a finger with just 2 or 3 strokes. Historians suggest that prehistoric man must have also used feathers, wooden sticks and needles of porcupines for different styles and texture. So this is the picture of a rock shelters of Bhimbetka. The paintings depict children running, jumping and playing. Scenes of men, women and children seem to show a sort of family life. Some paintings even show scenes of people gathering fruit or honey from trees and of women grinding and preparing food. One of the amazing things about some paintings at Bhimbetka is that Bhimbetka is present in Madhya Pradesh. As many as 20 layers of paintings have been painted one on top of the other. The other hunting scenes must have been connected with some sort of ritual in the hope that it would lead to a successful hunt. Religious beliefs. It seems the early people had no systematic or specific religious beliefs, but they worshipped various forces of nature like the sun, the moon, stars, as well as some wild animals. They were afraid of storm, thunder, and lightning and took them as expression of divine anger. Probably they also worshipped their ancestors and buried the dead with all the belongings to be used in the next world. They also believed in magical powers, charms, and spells. Rock paintings. Rock paintings are depicted on the walls of rocks or caves. Rock paintings are depicted on the walls of rocks or caves. Here, scenes of the rock painting were hunting, dancing, and animal fights. Scene were hunting, dancing, and animal fights. The pictures of animals used are bison, tiger, elephant, monkey, lizard, peacock, etc. So animals in the rock painting are bison, tiger, elephant, monkey, lizard, peacock, etc. Colors used were red and white, and occasional use of green and yellow. So green and yellow, both these colors were used in rare. The rock paintings sites are found in sites Nalda, Gararda or Gararda, Golpur, Bundi and Bhimbetka. So these are the rock painting sites Nalda, Gararda, Golpur, Bundi and Bhimbetka. This Bhimbetka is present in Madhya Pradesh. Religious beliefs worshipped nature like the sun, the moon, stars and wild animals. Worshipped nature like the sun, the moon, stars and wild animals. People are afraid of storm, thunder and lightning. Afraid of storm, thunder and lightning. And they worshipped ancestors and buried the dead with all the belongings. Buried the dead with all the belongings. And they also believed in magical powers. One of the two important case studies we will see here. The case study 1 is related to Hunsgi Valley, and this picture depicts stone tools at Izampur quarry. The Hunsgi and Bachbal Valley in the Deccan has many Stone Age sites. Recent excavations in Hunsgi Valley have focused on the Izampur quarry, a site that has 15,000 stone tools. They were probably used for different activities like hunting, carving, and cutting wood on stones. Many tools were made of limestone dated between 5 lakh to 20,000 years ago. Hunsgi was most probably a Stone Age factory site. Second case study is related to Lascaux. Case study 2. So this picture depicts cave painting at Lascaux. Paleolithic cave at Lascaux. Paleolithic cave at Lascaux. The Lascaux cave in France was discovered on 12th September 1940 by four children. The cave contains 2000 figures. Many of them depict pictures of animals such as bulls, bisons, and horses. There are also many geometric figures. Other images include pictures of a bird, a bear, a rhinoceros, and a human. There are no images of reindeer even, though that was the main food of that period. The paintings, drawings, and engravings give an insight into the lifestyle of the early people. The paintings were made with natural color pigments crushed from rocks or plants. By 1955, the paintings had been damaged to a great extent by the flow of 1,200 visitors who visited the cave every day. It was opened after World War II. The cave was, however, closed to the public in 1963. Points to remember, there are 4 points here. Early man was a hunter gatherer. He moved from place to place in search of food. The discovery of fire changed the life of early man completely. Fire kept him warm, cooked food tasted better. Next, Mesolithic people used tools like blades, points, borers, and scrapers known as microliths. The most spectacular rock painting is located in Bhimbetka in Madhya Pradesh. Glossary. Mesolithic. Mesolithic means the Middle Stone Age when men started making advanced stone tools. Neolithic, it means the New Stone Age when men began to grow plants and domesticate animals. Nomad. Nomad means one who moves from place to place in search of food. Paleolithic, the old Stone Age when men used only stone tools and were food gatherers. Sites, it means places where material remains of the past are found. Questions and answers of the chapter The Earliest People. Section A part is multiple choice questions. In that, first question is, during the Stone Age, early people used tools and weapons made of. So during the Stone Age, people used the weapons and tools made up of stone only. So answer is option B, that is stone. Second question, what is the approximate period of Neolithic age in India? Options are 15,000 BC to 4,000 BC. Is it 10,000 BC to 8,000 BC, or 8,000 to 4,000 BC, or 4,000 to 3,000 BC? The Neolithic age in India started in 8,000 BC to 4,000 BC, that is option C. So Neolithic period is 8,000 BC to 4,000 BC. Third question, during which age early people used tools known as microliths? Options are Paleolithic period, Mesolithic period, Mesolithic period, all of these. Third question, during which age early people used tools known as microliths? Is it Paleolithic period or Mesolithic period or Neolithic period or all of these? So early people used tools known as microliths in option B, that is Mesolithic period. So in Mesolithic period, people used the tools known as microliths. Fourth question, the largest and the most spectacular cave paintings have been found at which place? Nalda, Gararda, Golpur, Bhimbetka. The largest and most spectacular cave paintings are found in Bhimbetka. So answer is option D, that is Bhimbetka. Fifth question, traces of ash left by early man have been found in which caves? Bhimbetka, Karnool, Golpur, all of these. Answer is the traces of ash left by early man have been found in Karnool caves. So answer is option B, that is Karnool. Sixth question, Hunsgi Valley is famous for Stone Age sites, Indus Valley sites, Vedic sites, none of these. Hunsgi Valley is famous for Stone Age sites. So answer is option A, that is Stone Age sites. Section B, state whether the following statements are true or false. First one, a nomad leads a settled life. So this statement is false because they wander for food and hunting. So nomad leads a settled life. This statement is false. Second statement, discovery of fire made life difficult for the Stone Age people. Answer, false, because discovery of fire made the life easier. Third statement, rock paintings are depicted on the floor of caves. So this statement is also false because rock paintings are depicted on walls of the caves. Fourth statement, stone tools were used only as weapons of defense. So this statement is also false because not only stone tools, they also using a tools made up of bones. Fifth statement, Karnool caves are in Madhya Pradesh. So this statement is also false because Karnool caves are in Andhra Pradesh. Section C, very short answer type questions. In that first question is, name the periods in which the Stone Age is divided. Answer, Stone Age is divided into Paleolithic, Mesolithic and Neolithic periods. So how Stone Age is divided? Stone Age is divided into three periods: Paleolithic period, Mesolithic period and Neolithic period. Second question. When did the Mesolithic period begin and end in India? Answer. Mesolithic period began in India in 10,000 BC and ended in 8,000 BC. Mesolithic period is from 10,000 BC to 8,000 BC. Third question. What was the most important discovery of early man? Answer. The most important discovery of early man was the discovery of fire. Fourth question. Why is Bhimbetka famous? Answer. Bhimbetka is famous for rock paintings belonging to the Stone Age. Section D. Short answer type questions. First question. How did the Stone Age people get food? Answer. Early man moved from place to place in search of food. He fished, hunted for wild animals, and gathered berries, nuts, wild roots, and fruits. Second question. How did early man discover fire? Answer. Early man discovered fire by chance by rubbing two stones together. Third question. Describe the main features of cave paintings of Stone Age people. The cave paintings belonging to the Stone Age, the scenes generally depict hunting, dancing, and animal fights. The colors used are mainly in red and white with occasional use of green and yellow. So what are the main features of cave paintings in the Stone Age? The cave paintings belonging to the Stone Age depicts the hunting scene, dancing and animal fights. They usually use red and white colors and occasionally use green and yellow colors. Section E. Long answer type questions. First question. Bring out the main features of the Neolithic age. Answer. The Neolithic period began in India around 8,000 BC and lasted till about 4,000 BC. The Neolithic people learned to make more polished tools. So in the Neolithic period, polished tools have been started. One of the major developments of this period was the adoption of agriculture. People domesticated animals like dogs, sheep, and cattle and began leading a settled life. They used them as means of transport and for providing them with milk and meat. So main features of the Neolithic period, it is started in 8,000 BC and ended in 4,000 BC. In the Neolithic period, people started using polished tools and they started the adoption of agriculture and domestication of wild animals. Even
the animals like dogs, sheep and cattle, so that they are starting a settled life. Second question, differentiate between the Paleolithic period and the Mesolithic period. Answer, the Paleolithic period or the Old Stone Age roughly began about 2 million years ago. During this period, man hunted and gathered food. He moved from place to place in search of food. In winters, he covered himself with animal skins to keep warm. At night, he slept on trees or hid in caves. The Mesolithic period began in 10,000 BC and ended in 8,000 BC. This period existed between the Paleolithic and Neolithic periods. Mesolithic people used tools made of bones, antler, and wood for hunting, fishing, and gathering. Later, they used tools formed from chips like blades, points, borers, and scrapers known as microliths. The people living during the Mesolithic periods were hunter-gatherers. At the last phase of Mesolithic period, they tried to grow crops and domesticate animals. So it is the difference between Paleolithic and Mesolithic period. Paleolithic period, we call it as a Old Stone Age period. It started in 2 million years ago. Here people started hunting and gathering of food, and people moved from one place to another place in search of food. And at night they slept on trees or hide in the caves. In the Mesolithic period, it is in between the Paleolithic and Neolithic period. It started from 10,000 BC to 8,000 BC. Here people used tools made up of stones as well as bones. Here also people would hunt, fish and gather food. And Mesolithic period people were hunter gatherers, and in this period people started to grow crops, means agriculture was started and they were starting to domesticate animals. Third question, how did the discovery of fire change the life of early man? Answer, discovery of fire changed the life of early man in the following ways. Fire kept them warm. Second, fire kept wild animals away. Third, meat tasted better when cooked on fire. Fourth, fire gave them light. How the discovery of fire changed the life of early man? After discovery of fire, fire kept them warm. Fire gives the light. Even it kept wild animals away, and even the meat tasted better when cooked on the fire. Fourth question, what do you know about the religious beliefs of early man? Answer, early men had no systematic or specific religious beliefs, but they worshipped various forces of nature like the sun, the moon, stars, as well as some wild animals. They were afraid of storm, thunder, and lightning and took them as expression of divine anger. Probably they also worshipped their ancestors and buried the dead with all the belongings to be used in the next world. They also believed in magical powers, charms, and spells. So, what do you know about the religious belief of early man? Early man had no systematic religious beliefs. They only worshipped the forces of nature like sun, moon, stars, and the wild animals. Even they are afraid of storm, thunder, and lightning.